Now for loading the panoramic image, we can find it first of all in the patient list. Here is the patient list, and first of all, just a quick review, we can find particular patients by using either the filter. Here I've selected the date filter. Make sure you check the box and hit update patient list to achieve just the dates of what you wish to survey. We could have done it by patient name. Type the patient name, hit update list, or patient ID, which would be this number here, and hit update patient list. It gives you only those patients that you want to see in the list. Or you can uncheck all of this, hit update patient list, you get all the whole total number of patients that have been performed. Now the other way to search here in the patient list is also if you want to click the columns. Here's a study date time column. We're going to click here, and notice you have a descending or an ascending method. You could put the last dates that were performed in the upper column, or just put them into the lower section, just flipping them with a toggle up and down. You can sort by patient alphabetical order by clicking here, and then you could sort by alphabetical order. So whatever one wishes to do, by list or alphabetical order, by study date and time, it's an easier way to get your patients in the patient list. Now, from the patient list page, you're going to look on the bottom. Once you've got the name selected, it's going to be highlighted, and this is called a series list down here. And in this series list, you have a description, and it should say base panoramic image for image number 1, but most likely it's going to default to the base 512, which is going to be here in the preview window. And if you want to look, these 512 slices, as they're indicated with this number here, 1 through 512, and by the way, you can find areas of concern very quickly as well here, see, with the patient list sub-series list. And this, we're just scrolling here with the 512 slices in the axial plane. It's the preview window. If you don't see it, click the preview icon, and it toggles it off and on. All right, but really our main focus for this little mini topic is the panoramic image. Again, you're going to look for image 1 or base image or base panoramic image description. You click it so it's highlighted. Then it puts this image into the preview window. Here in the preview window, you are free to window level it. You can select the right and left click on the mouse, or you can click these different default settings down below. These are just named whatever we wish, or you can grab the little scroller bar if you want to window level. Most likely, we're just going to load it to the single screen. So the way to do that is you click here this base panoramic image, highlight it so it's blue, then you could double left click it to load it, or hit the load icon. Either one works. Okay, and then it loads up to the full screen like this. Now here in the full screen, you can also adjust the window level by clicking your preset numbers up here, tooth 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever window that you prefer, you can select. You also have the ability to right and left click with the mouse and change your window level that way by holding them simultaneously and clicking. Or you've got the little scroller bar, window level. You can scroll this way, left and right, and it changes the window width and window level. And then you can grab the outer edge of the back leading edge or the front leading edge, whatever you wish. Okay, there's so many ways of adjusting window level, and you're just subjectively going to look at it as you're observing what level of intensity that you like for your background. Now, coming down to this section, you have a filter. You can select either Sharpen 1, which is selected now, Sharpen 2, which sharpens up the pixels a little bit more. Some people, including myself, like this particular setting. However, those who are more familiar with the traditional Pano X-ray look like the no filter setting. So play around with these, figure out which one you like, and then you can select the ones that you wish to quickly look at with the Pano image. Okay, at this point we are going to show you how to size up the Pano. You can do it by two ways. You can click down here where it says zoom, you can click fit, which is already selected, or you can select 100%, and that brings your image up to 100%. To reset it, you can hit fit, or just go back to the resizing here. This is your reset key if you wish. Now, to zoom it again, just using the mouse, you know that as holding the middle wheel of the trackball down, press it down, and just move the mouse up and down or north and south. Okay, if you want to recenter it, for instance, let's pick a particular area, and let's say we want to zoom it, which we did holding the mouse, middle wheel, and Now we can right click the mouse. This is the pan, move it over to the left side, and we can further evaluate the area of concern that we wish to look at. Okay, so to send it back to the original position, just hit reset and change it in that regard. Now here in the middle section, we have this color template that we can select. In other words, you can change the color background from grayscale. Here's one that's rainbow. You can use a rainbow. You can invert the colors if you wish. You can also use a color template called sepia, which is kind of like a burnt orange. And then you can also go back to grayscale to set back to the original position. Something else you could do is your color map. You could select hit color in this section, and you could change the colors of just those areas that are of maybe a more or less density. Here we have a root canal and a crown. Let's just double click on the crown, and you see we've got the color selected as red. Okay, you could select different colors by clicking the color, right clicking it. You can edit the color, and let's just make it, I don't know, let's call it green, let's say. You just click green, say OK. So now your range of all the more dense structures, like metal, you can color those with the color green, see? And you could change those, the intensity range, so you can set your own range and you can change the color in that regard. And so again, you can also click into the field of view and change colors that way if you wish to add, or you can remove them all just by clicking remove and all. You remove all and you go back to your original position, the original setting, which most people like anyway. Now for your support staff and those who will probably most likely want to print or save panoramic images into files, first of all, there's a number of ways we can add the patient's name. Right now we have nothing on the screen. If we go up to the letter I, we can put information on the screen. So by clicking the letter I, here you get the patient name, you'll get the date, time, you'll get the facility name on the screen here as well. Now, if one wishes to just remove the patient's name, you can click the letter P. Looks like no parking sign, but it really means no patient. And here we just call this patient perio case M. We just uncheck that, and that is now removed, so we just have the information. Or in this case, we just want to leave the patient name on the screen. Now for orientation, we click the letter A. The box A puts orientation on. R for right, L for left, anterior, posterior. Okay, so you have that information on the screen. Coming down here to the flip, probably don't know if you would use this, but you can flip the orientation up and down, or you can change the right-left orientation. Now it's left on this side, right on that. Chances are you probably won't do that. And then if you did do that, you can always go back to reset button here. It takes you back to the original position. Now if your support staff is going to eventually print this off on a printer, we may want to crop the outer black edges because that will add too much ink and take up too much toner on your printer. So the way to do that is, if you do that, of course you're going to, if you crop these two areas, you'll remove the patient name as well. But there's an alternate way of adding the patient name. On the keyboard, if they press the letter T and hold the letter T down and left click into an area, you can hold this and left click it, and now you can pop up a name. So they can either type in the name, in this case, or you can just have on a down here, they can have the patient name here, or they can just type in the name here, whatever they wish. I already have it, so I'll select it here. Just hit the enter key here or on the keyboard. Now we can left click and move this to another section if we wish. If we want the favorite dentist name in the whole wide world, again, letter T, hold it down on the keyboard, left click. Okay, they can go and select the patient name, or actually the dentist name. Click it here and press the enter key, and the dentist name is now selected. Okay, now if they want the date, it's the same thing. Letter T, left click, hold it down. They can type in the date, or again they can go down to pick the date down here. Take the letter T out of the way. Pick the date here, type it in. If it's not the right date, then they can simply edit here and put the right date in, and then just press the enter key here, and it goes into the screen, and they can move it over. Now what they could do is once this is in position, they can either hit the capture key by quickly pressing the letter C on the keyboard, or they could right click the mouse, go to capture that way, or they can also go to the save image. Remember, if they capture an image by pressing the letter C or capture, it goes to the output panel. And here in the output panel, we have the opportunity to print. Since it's just one image, we'll just save the print format one by one. Okay? And now if they want, they could go to the printer, select the printer that they want, or they could save as and save it into a JPEG file. They could do that by picking whether it's a desktop, and they can just delete this and call it the patient name and name, period, whatever they want to say, or pano, whatever they want to say. Excuse me. And then they can select where they want to save it to. And once again, they do not have to save to the output panel if they don't wish. They could simply go back to review mode here and simply right click it and then hit save image, and then you could save it to a particular file again. Just rename this as we did before, and then save it to a file, and then one can recall it later. And this is to benefit if they wish to crop it. And I'll demonstrate this here, how to crop. Again, that last frame got out of sequence a little bit. Again, this is how they would basically use this panel image and right-click it, go to Save Image, and then they can do the necessary cropping. And there's many different ways, different programs out in the field that one can use to crop. You can use Microsoft or Microsoft Photoshop Editor, Snagit. There's other programs. Here's one. It's a free program that I use. It's called Snap-a-Shot. All you do is you simply take this frame and put it around the borders that you wish to keep. And just take the outer edges. You've got the double arrow. Drag it across. You're kind of framing it, if you will. See? And we'll take the other edge. You just kind of frame what we want to keep. Here, of course, we don't want to keep the top edge, so we're going to take this down and go right to the top of the panel image itself, and we're going to go all the way down. And again, what we did is we've cropped out most, if not all, of the black borders when we're going to save it, and this is why we put the patient's name in this section as we do. And so that way, once we have it saved, we could go to copy or save to file, and then you can save it as a JPEG most likely, say the name, and put it to the file. And once you've got that, in this case, we're just going to call it Pano Image 1. Okay, I'm going to override it, and so it should be now we've cropped out this section right here. Okay, so now that that's been performed, we've cropped out the black borders, and so when it's printed, you're not going to use up extra toner, and that's a really nice feature to have. Then we can also, by the way, edit the fonts. If these fonts are too large, if you don't want such a large font, we could lower the fonts on the before we captured, and so you have a smaller names and numbers if you wish. Okay, well that about concludes it for your panel images. Remember, your cone beam scanner does so much more than just take pano images, but these are the functions for your basic pano manipulations and for capturing them to files if you wish.